If you look at page 9 in our science textbooks, it says obtain and communicate information. At the top, we have that blue box. You guys see the blue box? Those are going to be the vocabulary words that are going to be important to this unit up in that blue box. What I want you to do is read through them, and if there are any that you know and you feel like you know what they mean, circle them. If you read through those on page 9, if you know what they are, circle them. Yes, Brock, what's your question? Thanks. As you're going through those words, if you know what they are, circle them. Our first word, everybody point to it on your page. Yours doesn't have the definition right now, mine does. Is the word position. Good. The position is the location of an object, and that's what we focused on the other day, is just describing something's position, where it's at compared to something else. So it's a location. Our next word, everybody point to it. It'll be the one next to it, not under it. Is the word
Distance.
Distance is the amount of space between two objects. So how far apart two objects are, the distance. Today, we use the ruler to figure out the distance, or yesterday, the distance between where something started and where something ended. It's the amount of space between the starting point and the ending point, the distance. Point to the next word. It'll be the one right next to it on yours.
Direction.
Point to it. Nope, I want you to point to it in your notebook so you see it in yours as well. Our word is direction. This is going to be the course or the path on which something is moving. So our little guy moved straight ahead on the ruler, right? Did everybody's go the same direction?
No.
How many of you had to adjust the course or the path of your little guy today, of your wind-up toy? Yep, ours kept going like this.
Yeah.
And that's okay, but that's just showing you the direction. So it might be a circular direction or motion, might be straight ahead. So it's going to be the path of the course on which something is moving. Go down to the second area, the second row of words, and the first one is the word
Motion.
Motion is a change in the position of an object. So we know that it's changing position if something is in motion. And we're going to be talking more about motion and the path of motion over the next few days. And our last word we have on there is
Speed.
and that's what we work towards today. Defining is how fast an object moves over a certain distance over time. So how fast that object is moving. Today we're going to do a little reading in our notebooks, or our handbook, sorry. So we're going to have our textbooks out, and we're going to do a little bit of reading today. Sound good? Go ahead and pull that out. You're going to need this book open as well, but you're going to need your science handbook open too. Go ahead and take it out. It says read pages 220 and 221. So please open your textbook up to those pages. Yes. Yep, we were supposed to grab them as we came in today. Do you need it? Grab it. We're on page 200, 221, 220, 221. If I could speak. Let's go, Lex. And today we're going to be reading about forces in motion. Now, we have had a lot of really good practice this year answering questions using text evidence, and that's something we're going to be doing today. As you guys read through this, you're going to be answering questions based on what you read. The one thing that's a little bit different is this is from a nonfiction piece. We're going to be reading facts and information in 220, dear. We're going to be reading facts and information in our book today, and we're going to be answering questions based on the information we read. So our first question is what words describe position? So on page 220, 221, we're going to be looking for words that describe position. Just like in our reading for our language arts reading that we do together, look for keywords. If we're trying to find words that describe position, what other word could we be looking for?
Position.
Look for position, right? And it starts with telling us a little bit about position. Another question, Griffin, that you're going to be answering is number 2 on there in your book in front of you. How could you find the distance from your desk to the door? So how could you find the distance from the desk to the door? But you're going to be reading to answer that question. And last but not least, look at page 221 and describe the position of the smaller bear using the distance and direction. So we have these two here. After you read, you're going to be describing the position of where the smaller bear is compared to the bigger bear using distance, how far apart something is, and direction, where something is compared to something else. Okay? So you're going to read through this today and answer those 3 questions. I'll be around the room reading with you and helping you look back to answer questions. Sound good? This is your task to begin today. Go.